Buffalo Bills re-sign Devin Singletary. In Bills Mafia, we got to have a discussion here regarding Devin Singletary. His fair market value is roughly $5.5 million, hitting free agency here. And there are some positives, some negatives that we got to take a look at in this video. Devin Singletary, a lot of people wanting Saquon Barkley, a lot of people wanting other running backs in this year's free agency. And we all know the cap situation we're in, being over the cap space the way it is. So are the Buffalo Bills going to start making some moves so that we could start bringing in free agents such as Devin Singletary? Is Devin Singletary worthy of being part of Bills Mafia's future? And I think there's some stats and facts that we have to diagnose about Devin Singletary. And some positives I want to discuss here with Devin Singletary is the fact that he has a great relationship with James Cook, right? They both kind of grew up in the same area. Him and James Cook have a great bond together. Even when James Cook first signed to Buffalo, Devin Singletary was hyping it up, saying like, we practiced the past several years, down in Miami, down in Florida, and now he's going to be part of this team. And Devin Singletary's interviews reveal so much, because Devin Singletary even stated that James Cook is teaching him things. Devin Singletary is teaching James Cook things, right? They kind of help one another. They bounce one another. You talk about a 1-2 punch in the NFL. I think this is a great 1-2 punch. And the Buffalo Bills envy relationships. We're a family here. It's a tight bond. Kelly Skipper, our running back coach, and Devin Singletary's been here for so long. And I really think Devin Singletary could very well take less than his 5.5 supposed market value in this free agency to remain a Buffalo Bill. And another thing that we need to diagnose here is what is said. Even with Brian Daboll last year, what was said? Do what your players do best. And we can clearly see the Buffalo Bills and the New York Giants with Brian Daboll. Very interesting, okay? Buffalo Bills passed the ball 59% of the time this season. Well, what did the New York Giants do? Last year and all the years before that, and us complaining to Brian Daboll being too pass happy that we need to run the ball more. Well, Brian Daboll took that same philosophy, doing what your players do best, to the New York Giants, and sure enough, they only passed the ball 52% of the time. One, because they don't have Josh Allen as quarterback. They only had Daniel Jones. And two, because they had Saquon Barkley, much more all-purpose running back than a Devin Singletary. So just keep this in mind, guys. Saquon Barkley had over 200 more rushing attempts, or 200 more snaps this season than Devin Singletary. Devin Singletary only had 90 less receiving yards than Saquon Barkley. And he had 1 touchdown receiving, Devin Singletary. Saquon Barkley had 0. This tells me that Devin Singletary is a better receiving running back than Saquon Barkley. What do the Buffalo Bills do? We pass the ball. We utilize RPO. We utilize shotgun. We are not the New York Giants. We are not a team that is going to run the ball coming out of the I formation and do those things. We thought we might see that in 2022. That wasn't the case. We have seen a little bit more running, but it's not necessarily a full-fledged running attack. We're still putting the ball in Josh Allen's hands. We're still doing what our players do best. And keep in mind the other players that we have on this team, right? And we're going to compare it to the Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs, who the Bills have even said they want to mimic. We have Nyheim Hines, James Cook on this team already. Will the Buffalo Bills forego signing Devin Singletary and bring in a rookie to this team like Pashenko of the Chiefs, right? Maybe they do. And we know rookies, even James Cook, as the season progresses, that rookie usually gets better and better and better and can actually produce. We saw it with the Chiefs. We saw it even with our own guy, James Cook. But we still need to have a veteran there to give us some time to get that rookie under speed. James Cook could be that guy. Nyheim Hines could be that guy. Will the Buffalo Bills forego signing Devin Singletary for a rookie in this year's NFL draft. I personally do not believe they will. I think Devin Singletary is going to be in tough competition with all the free agents there. There are so many free agents that he's going to be competing with in free agency. It's not only Saquon Barkley. You have Tony Pollard and guys that actually produced last season. And no, we pass the ball the majority of the time. But these running backs, listen to the names here, and you can see how well they did. Saquon Barkley, Kareem Hunt, Jamal Williams, Josh Jacobs, Raheem Mostert, Boston Scott, who was with the Philadelphia Eagles and had some snaps in that Super Bowl, Samaje Perine, Miles Sanders, also with the Eagles, David Montgomery, Damian Harris, right? Tony Pollard, James Robinson, Mark Ingram, all in competition in free agency with Devin Singletary. That's why I don't think Devin Singletary is going to get a huge offer from another team. And the other problem with drafting a running back is that colleges don't run the ball. They're not running the ball, right? It's a little bit different. Majority of the time, they're passing it, utilizing that spread. It's different. It's a little bit different. And again, I think the Buffalo Bills would be wise to consider bringing Devin Singletary back to this team. The reason being is that he could pass block. He knows this system. Nyheim Hines last year when we first signed said this system seemed like Chinese to him, like it was a brand new language. That's why we were only utilizing him on punt and kick return and kind of started getting him involved in this offense. So I do expect Nyheim Hines with a full off season with this playbook, with Ken Dorsey and Aaron Cromer and Kelly Skipper. I think Nyheim Hines is definitely going to be utilized in this offense. Now, James Cook obviously flashed towards the end of the season. I believe James Cook and his abilities to being number one running back in this league. It's about pass protection, though. We have to have a running back with pass protection. Devin Singletary and James Cook, I really think for the next few seasons would be awesome. Would be awesome to keep here, to maintain that here in Buffalo. Nyheim Hines and James Cook are a little similar, right? I think they share the same skill sets, kind of that receiving running back, that scat back out of the backfield type. You know, Devin Singletary, he's a different skill set. And you have to have that mix here. I'd like to have a running back that knows this scheme, that knows this system. But you guys, you know Brandon Beane is not going to be using a transition tag, a franchise tag. It looks like all these players, Tremaine Edmonds, Poyer, Devin Singletary, all these guys are going to be hitting free agency. And it's fair. You want to get a fair market value for these players. You want to make sure that, you know, you're not overspending. If another team wants to overspend and pay a player, congratulations and take that money if that's what you want. But if you want to stay here in Buffalo and rock out with teammates that you grew up with like James Cook and maintain that family bond with coaches that are some of the best. Kelly Skipper, are you kidding me right now? So let me know what you guys think. Are you re-signing Devin Singletary for $5.5 million? Are you trying to get him for below that? Or are you just cutting dry saying, hey, look, I'm going to get my next guy like the Chiefs in the NFL draft? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit like, subscribe for future content. These style videos here, no, I'm trying to get away from all the editing and chaos in the world. I think this presents the Bills news pretty cool. So check you guys soon. Go Bills. Peace out, baby.